Good morning, it's good to see you. Got a bit of a travel day today, going from Ubud to Amed. Bus leaves at 8:30. It's about 7 a.m. now. It's about a 2-kilometre walk to where it leaves from. Want to get some breakfast along the way. Before I do that, I'm often asked about what I take when I travel. Others appear to travel pretty light, so I thought I'd just show those interested once again. I think I did it once before, but this is what I travel with. It all goes into a carry-on bag. I've got my laptop, I've got my headphones. Toiletry bag covers, carries everything from my toiletries, my hair clippers, to the cables and adapters that I need. Got a spare hat, couple of pairs of jocks, spare long sleeve shirt. I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt, shorts and shoes, 3 t-shirts, sandals, and a pair of shorts. That's pretty much it. I like simplicity, and I like travelling light. You know, I learned very, very early in travelling that carrying and lugging around heavy, big bags for extended periods of time was a bit of a drag. And the longer I went and the longer I travelled, the more I realised, for me anyway, less is best. All right, got to get going. Let's get something to eat. One of the great things, obviously, about being in Southeast Asia is you're never far away from food. I'm feeling quite hungry, actually, so we'll try not to get run over. I've had food from this lady before, and it's been really quite good. I think I had the nasi kuning before, but today... Permisi, selamat pagi, apa kabar? Apa ini?
Itu ayam bakar.
Bakar apa?
Ayam bakar.
Ayam bakar, and ini nasi...
Nasi goreng.
Nasi goreng. Okay, nasi kuning?
Yes.
Nasi kuning.
Nasi putih.
Nasi putih.
Ya. Jair nyat-nyat.
Apa?
Jair nyat-nyat. Ikan jair.
Fish, yeah, fish,
yes.
yeah. Okay. So much, so many nice. Manis, any manis, yeah? No? Okay. We'll try a nasi goreng for breakfast. Yeah, I think that'll do. Just a little light breakfast, and hopefully, well, we probably may even stop, perhaps at Chandidasa or somewhere like that. It's that time of the morning when everyone in Ubud's going about to start their day, leaving their homes. They're going to school, going to work, these types of things. The one thing that's interesting is there's a lot of scooters on the road, but there's no sort of traffic jams or anything like that. It's only when the cars start coming in that it becomes an issue. Everything flows fine when you're on your scooter. But as soon as the day trippers start coming in, as soon as people start arriving by vehicles, good morning, as soon as people start arriving by vehicles and buses, it just clogs the place up, you know, which is a bit of a shame really, because it just makes it so tricky to get around the place. Fortunately, my booking was held, just paying for the ticket, and apparently we've got a larger vehicle today, so it seems like there's going to be a few going to Amed, which is good, plenty of people to talk to. So I've got my little breakfast. I've got some Circle K coffee, and it looks like if that's the little van we're taking to Amed, it doesn't look like there'll be too many people going. I know I say this a lot, but it doesn't matter how old I get. Travel days are really exciting for me. You know, you don't know who you're going to meet. You don't know what might be coming to you along the way. Even though I've been to Amed a few times before over the years, I don't know how much that's changed. Is it going to be a mistake to go there? You know, for a large part, I think the excitement of travel is in the going itself, you know. But yeah, it's a really great start to the day. Selamat pagi, Pak.
Morning.
How are you?
Not so good, not so bad.
Sedikit sakit. Not so good.
Yeah.
Biasa.
Yeah, I'm sakit ya.
Oh ya?
Yeah.
Kenapa?
Sakit pinggang. Ya.
Driving.
Ya.
Sudah lama bekerja di sini ya?
Ya, begitulah.
Oh ya?
Mungkin ada 3 tahun yang lalu.
He's the second man this morning that has told me he's got a sore back from driving. Now, Marianne, I hope you won't mind if I disclose your age. Is that okay?
Not at all. I'm very proud of it. 75.
As an older traveller, if you will,
yes.
What are some of the challenges you find now for a traveller, for yourself?
Okay, the challenges I'm having are rather personal. I have a bit of a balance problem. since I had my cataract operations. So sometimes I feel like I could go flying off to the right or left or something. So I have a bit of a concern about looking like a bumbling old woman and looking a bit vulnerable.
Yes.
But I haven't found any problems here. It would be more like a really huge major railway station, perhaps
Yes,
even in Europe,
yes.
where you know people are watching
Yes.
to see if they can grab your bag or not finding anything like that here. But I am, and my vision is not as good as I would like. So I'm just feeling I can't be as kind of spontaneous, and I have to, I guess the biggest change that I find quite boring, but this is life, I'm lucky to be able to do it. I have to be more on alert.
Yeah.
So the pavements are very problematic here, as in a number of countries, even worse in India. So I'm walking along, and I know it's obvious I'm a foreigner anyway, so you know you don't have to worry about standing out in that respect. But I'm just conscious that I can't sort of stride around. My mother used to say years ago I walked like I was on an army march, and now I'm walking along being careful.
Yeah.
So that's a bit boring. And I guess the other change is I probably stay one level above in terms of comfort.
Right. Yeah.
I discovered, that was the great thing about my early travels, you discover what your personal bottom line is. And my personal bottom line in travelling was, it's got to be safe, so what are the locks like in the room?
Yes.
And it's got to be clean.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't care if it's only a bed in an empty room. If it's clean, it's okay, otherwise not. And I met some young people who spent several hours every day working out the cheapest place to stay.
Yeah.
And I thought, better to go for a month instead of 6 weeks and not waste all your time trying to find the cheapest place.
Absolutely.
So, and I think everybody needs to find their own bottom line and minimum, where you think, okay, I feel comfortable, I feel safe, I feel okay.
Marianne, can I thank you so much for
Okay,
taking
my
the time?
pleasure.
I really, really appreciate it. It's been a privilege. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Just got the call, and this is our chariot today. We've got a bigger bus, so I think we've probably got a few people getting in. I wonder where... is there someone there? Oh, sorry. Oh, there's someone there. Hello. Thank you. So we've got Padang Bai, Chandidas, and then up to Amed. I think it's going to take about 4 hours. I've been told 2.5 hours, I've been told 3 hours, but I don't think we'll be that fortunate. It's our first stop, Padang Bai. Made some really, really good time actually. That's sort of just over an hour and 10 minutes. So next stop's Chandidasa and then on to Amed. We just passed through Chandidasa. We didn't stop because there wasn't anyone getting off. We're making really, really good time, and it's been a really, really good trip so far. There must be a lot of people making the return trip from Amed or somewhere further, as the bus is pretty empty. It's been a good trip. We've been stopped on the road because people are dropping coconuts from trees, and they really do hit the road with quite a belting splash. And here we are at Amed, just over 2.5 hours, so that's pretty good. That's not a bad trip. We're of course not entirely sure where I'm staying. I've forgotten the name of the place. I don't know where it is in relation to where we've stopped, so we'll probably find a warung or a restaurant and use their Wi-Fi and get some info. Yeah. Oh, sorry. And we made it. I've got absolutely no idea where I am or where I'm going, so we'll take the first. Oh, hi. How you going? Ryan.
Simo.
You're kidding. You're kidding. You'll excuse me one thing. This guy I've been talking to on and off from the channel for months. He's been a regular contributor, and I think the last email we said, oh, maybe we'll bump into each other up in Amed.
We did.
And here we are.
I'm getting on the bus you've just got off.
We have.
Yeah.
I'll get back to you guys in just a tick. I want to have a chat with this guy. Simo, I wish we had more time.
Wayne, thanks so much. I appreciate all your,
been really fun.
movies. And,
let's stay in touch.
Thanks so much.
Good one. Cheers, Simo.
Bye.
Appreciate it. Bye. That's really strange. We were only emailing each other a few days ago saying, looks like we'll miss each other. I'll be coming while you're going, and here we are. The bus has just stopped and our paths crossed. Just come across a little warung on the water, warung bobo. We'll go in here and see if they've got Wi-Fi and something to eat. Selamat siang. Buka? Buka. Ada Wi-Fi di sini? Ada Wi-Fi. Okay. Makasih banyak. Yeah. I think fellow Indonesian travellers, you'd have to agree that you could just about gauge a restaurant's overall menu based on how well they do a nasi goreng. So we'll start with the nasi goreng, and that should give us an idea. These first impressions of Amed. Here we are. We've got the volcanic black sands of the eastern beaches. All right, I need to get a bit organised and find out where I'm staying, and we'll get back to you in a minute. I'd put it to you, intrepid travellers, that you can gauge how good a restaurant is in Bali or Indonesia based simply on its nasi goreng. So I've gone for the nasi goreng myself, bit of lunch, and we'll get on our way. Bisabaya. Makasih banyak. Yeah, have a good day. Got some nice art on the walls. Right, so looking up my homestay or my guest house, I've got a 2-kilometre walk north, which I don't know, today it'd probably take me 15-20 minutes, feeling pretty strong. It's interesting though, I just paid $6 for a nasi goreng, and it didn't even come close to paying $1 for a nasi campur from a local warung on the side of the street, cabinet food. You often hear people say you got more chance of getting ill in a tourist restaurant than in a local street side warung or street food, and I'm not sure I agree with that. There was a time when that was the case, but certainly I would have to say that local street side food is far more flavoursome in my experience than eating somewhere like that, and it'll cost you far less. It's not so much the money though, is it? You know, it's just yeah, that nasi goreng was, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. So I've made it to my room. I'm not exactly right on the beach. I'm about 100 metres away from it, towards the northern end of Amed, but excuse the noise, sorry, they're just doing a bit of cleaning. I pay $15 Australian a night for this, and sometimes, I don't know, I hope you'll excuse my modesty, but I like the fact that when you've been a seasoned traveller for a while, you're able to sniff out these places that most people, for some reason, don't seem to be able to find. But for $15 a night, I've got very cold air. I can tell it's cold. It's well finished. It's a big bed. I like the finish a lot. I like the mirror. I've got my own little kitchen as well, should I choose to want to make my breakfast. And that's one thing I do like to do in the morning, actually, rather than having to go out and say, I do like just do a couple of eggs or something with a coffee. And that's the bathroom. So hot water, air conditioned. I just did a speed check on the Wi-Fi. I'm getting 30 down and 10 up, which is enough. It's tucked away a little bit down an alley, and down here we've got a bit of a view out the back. There was a couple of reasons I wanted to stay away from the beach. I wanted to explore the rice fields as well. Obviously the beach and the snorkeling and all that's pretty understood as to why a lot of people come here, but I kind of like the idea of sort of getting away from that a bit and exploring inland. So yeah, I was talking to someone recently and said I was heading to Amed, and he asked how long had it been since I'd been here, and he suggested that things had changed considerably. He said the development, like everywhere else in Bali, has sort of run away with itself, and it might be a mistake for someone like myself to come back. I don't like to think so. I like to think that, you know, I can adapt, and that's part of being a traveller, is the ability to adapt. But yeah, in another 3 or 4 days, I'll be able to give my my conclusion on whether it's a mistake to come to Amed now or not. That's about it for this one. As always, thanks very much for coming along for the ride, and I hope you're well and happy in life and doing the things you want to do. All right, thanks. See ya.